Ooh, double revision. Look in my eyes. I got a double revision. Yeah, thanks, Zerohead. You got another great one for me. And who's your best pal that's always kept up with the revision bullcrap? Great numbers come out. The economy rose today by 17%. Jobless numbers today were down the lowest they've ever been. Unemployment's down to 4%. Month or two later, holy crap, revision of epic failness. Whoa. And Jason 4 comes out, as he always does, and says, hey guys, remember last month or the month? Hey, listen, they revised it. They revised it. Here, check this out, right? So guess what? I'm doing it again, like I always do. And this is, as you'll see from what they're going to say here about the Fed, the Fed looks at the soft data. And the soft data says it's time for a rate hike in June. We're going to go with the rate hike. But this data is the data that they look at. And it's worse than terrible. Are we about to hear a kind of a revision from the Fed? We may not. We're not going to rate hike June. Actually, we've changed our mind. Wonder how the market would think about that. Anyways, personal spending, right? Personal spending growth tumbles to 7-month lows after dramatic revisions. Wow, who would have thought? Revision, where'd the revisions come from? Man, that's not good. I can't pump up stocks on that noise. Come on, man. Then again, we can. Bad news, stocks rally. Good news, stocks rally. No news, stocks rally. Except today they did end, well, which is yesterday, they did end down. Again, 7 days winning streak. I've dropped down again. Well, I guess the Fed took its hand off the gas pedal for a second, split second, and it came down. Having weakened to unchanged for the last 2 months, April saw personal spending rise 0.4% month over month, as expected, and personal income rise 0.4% month over month, as expected. However, year-over-year growth in spending, plus 4.3%, weakest since 2016 September, and income, plus 3.6%, weakest since January 2017, both signaled a rolling over of the post-Trump exuberance, just in time for another rate hike by the Fed. Personal income, year over year, personal spending. Let's see what we got here. It says, but this is not what the Fed nor Trump was hoping for. Spending and incomes are still rising, though. And the revisions sent the savings rate soaring off crash lows before and after. So let's take a little peek at this little chart here. Original and revised savings rate. So the savings rate originals red, savings rate revised black. So, people are saving, so everything's looking good. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no, they're not. Actually, this is a lot worse than we thought it was. And this is actually very flat now. Not this, trend. The trend shows it's going to keep going up. Saving is great. So here's why. Huge downgrade revisions to income and spending was re-engineered higher. Revisions to personal income and spending. The red one, revisions to personal income. And the green one, revisions to personal spending. So we're not saving as much as we were told. And they're spending more, right? Positive number, negative number. We're spending a lot more all of a sudden as we entered March. Again, revision to personal income, revision to personal spending. Wow. So anyways, it says, this is a quick one. And this is the economic data that the Fed uses to judge whether rate hikes are appropriate. More noise, less signal. Wonder what the Fed's going to do. Again, if they raise rates again, in their mindset, we're going to make decisions to push this market down. We're going to collapse this market later in the year. Or maybe it's next year, whatever. I'll tell you again, though, I think whatever the hell's going to happen is going to happen later this year. And they'll be partially to blame. Remember, the Fed is supposed to look at thermometers, right? And in advance, okay, that market is hot. We need to change monetary policy to accommodate for that. That market's too hot. We don't want it to overheat. Or it's not hot at all. It's very cold. let's monetary policy to bump that up a bit. And usually it's interest rates. But it's an after, or it's a before effect. So we're going to do this in advance because we can see this little data telling us something. Let's get on it now. Now what they're doing is let's raise the rates and then look back later. See how that worked out. And tell everybody, but we're looking at data and that's why we're doing this. Well, this data was just revised. This data says sucky. Okay? Will they still rise? Are we going to hear another, oh, we decide we're going to hold off. This report came out with the revision. And then what? Then the Fed's credibility is done. As I said before, if they don't follow through with everything they've said that they're going to do this year, their credibility is finished. It's already pretty much on the last string. Many people said, oh, their credibility is already gone anyways. I agree. But for everybody else, I think this would be it. Okay, you said you were going to do this. Everything was fine. Now you're saying they're not. You're not going to raise, And already the percentage of absolute rate hike, 99% sure the market, everybody that we surveyed, has come down quite a bit in recent days. Oh, they may not hike, even though they're saying they still would like to. Remains to be seen. Take care.